I'm a Minotaur, so get lost or get them all. Charizard, no Philly, that's Asgard. Don't miss the screw, no interlude. My only mood is go hard. 27th Street niggas, that's Lehigh. 27th Street niggas, put your hands high.
Everyone from YouTube land and all you Digidestined, this is the Brain, aka Trey from Team Hotheads, and today I'm bringing you another kind of fun deck I was playing 2 weeks ago at a tournament. This time it was Eosmon, and if you catch the theme, it was another deck that spams and swarms the field. I kind of like decks that swam and swarm the field. So Eosmon, it's fun. It has a lot of flaws. I'm gonna just say that right now. I'm not even going to BS you guys. Eosmon has a lot of flaws, and I hope they do fix a lot of what's going on with Eosmon. The new expansion 1 isn't completely out here in America yet, but I mean, other than Analog Boy and win rate, you know, the option card, the white option card, I don't really see the deck getting too much better than it already is. With that being said, I have decided to play it a very specific way. If you'll notice this really weird looking guy here, yeah, I have decided to play this deck a different way than most Eosmon decks. So strap in, buckle up, get ready for my black-white Eosmon deck, and let's get started. We're going to start first with, of course, the eggs. I'm playing same as I'm playing with my same way I'm playing with my Commander Mons. We are playing 4 copies of Pagumon and 1 copy of Kaporimon. Now, in this deck, these eggs literally do not matter. They do not matter at all. They are a placeholder for other cards. So we're going to put them to the side and keep it moving. Starting with the rookies, we are playing 4 copies of Morphomon. Of course, playing Morphomon on delete, real top 5 cards, and add a Manoa and a Eosmon. This is a great card. You just swing and let it die. What was really frustrating me in my tournament 2 weeks ago was that this guy would not die. He's 1K, and he kept surviving security checks. It was so frustrating. But to go with him, we do have 2 other rookies we're playing, and it actually is 2 copies of the Blocker Commandramon. I know it's really weird. That's the reason for the eggs. The Blocker Commandramon is literally the reason for the eggs. And most of you want to see the Pagumon, because then you block, you delete, you reveal the top card of your deck, and then you move it if it's not a Black Digimon, which most of the time it won't be, but it could be, say, an Eosmon you don't want, and you just move it out the way. That's it for the rookies. On to the champions. We are playing 4 copies of level 4 Eosmon, as well as 3 copies of Mechanorimon. Now, I said in my Commandramon video, Mechanorimon is my favorite blocker right now, with a lot of people playing such low cost, low DP monsters and Rookie Rush style decks. Like I said, Eosmon has a lot of flaws, and the main flaw I saw with Eosmon is it has zero defensive capabilities. This deck is all gas, no breaks. And if you run into a deck that can just Rookie Rush you or rush you right back the way you're trying to spam the field, you lose like that. Like, it's over immediately before you even can get to your Eosmon combos. Because you got to remember, just about all your cards have high costs to play. Your Eosmons are 5 costs. Your level 4 Eosmons are 4 costs. Your Manoas are 4 costs. So you're giving your opponent a lot of memory every time you play this. And you play an Eosmon, you read, okay, you can summon another Eosmon when you attack with it, but you give them 5 memory, they just play a bunch of rookies and attack you before you can get started. So this was kind of my way to combat that, which was to play a couple blockers that could, this one could survive a Rookie Rush. Commandramon could just take a hit. But I think, yes, Bandai, if you want to make Eosmon competitive, you need a way to make the Eosmons have blocker. Like, any effect that just says this Digimon gains blocker would make this deck super amazing. Like the Jesmons with the Sistermon Blanc, who can give all Sistermons you know, blocker while you have a Jesmon. Like, if Eosmon had any card that said, you know, if Manoa's on the field or something like that, they gain blocker, the deck would be so much better because you would be able to survive. Like, what's the point of summoning a million Eosmons and somebody can just go security attack +5 and knock your whole stack out like that? and then you just played 5 Eosmons for nothing. It doesn't matter because you can't attack with them until you play them. That's my rant. I'm done. I'm done ranting. But yeah, this deck just needs some way to defend itself. And then, if you're unfamiliar, the level 4 Eosmon, on play, you can play a White Tamer from your hand with a play cost 4 or less without paying its memory. But it does then allow your opponent to play a Tamer card from their hand too. So you really have to gauge when to play this card. It's really tricky. And then it's inherited, lets you play a White Tamer for 4 costs or less when you attack. What I'll typically do is if you want to go second, if my opponent commits to a Tamer immediately, then I'll play this down because 9 times out of 10 they don't have a Tamer in hand to follow up. But you have to be careful because there are a lot of decks like Agumon, just some of the meta decks, Agumon, Gobblemon, Mod of Bravery, the yellow decks, they do play a lot of Tamers. So when you play this, you're basically just giving them a free Tamer, and that sucks. Moving on to the level 5s. What you guys know is, of course, Eosmon for playing 4, 8, 12, 13 copies of the level 5 Eosmon. When attacking, you can play a level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying its memory cost. And its inherited is, this Digimon gets plus 1k. So depending on how many of these you have under your big boss Eosmon, it can get really hard to kill. And to complement these guys, I'm also playing 4 copies of Garbagemon, who is also a 5k, 5 cost to play. And it's a green, which the level 6 Eosmon can still Digivolve on top of. But this one has 8k, whereas this one has 6k. A lot of times what I was seeing is, again, Atomic Blaster is the very prevalent card, and it's able to just kind of just wipe an Eosmon out and something else, depending on what my board looks like. Whereas if I have Garbagemon out, they can only either take the Garbagemon out or the other card, because he's already 8k. Yeah, but other than basically being another fight, he's basically just another Eosmon. I just didn't want to play, all Eosmons. So, for the level 6s, we are playing 4 copies of Eosmon level 6. When Digivolving for every Tamer in play, you can take a level 5 or lower Eosmon from your trash and put it under this Eosmon as a Digivolution source. And if you place 2 or more Eosmons this way, 2 or more cards this way, you can destroy any Digimon your opponent controls. That effect is really handy. And then if you have 3 or more, for every 3 Digivolution cards this Eosmon has, you get security attack plus 1. So essentially, if you have at least 2 Tamers out, or you have one, or your opponents have one, this Eosmon will at least always have security attack plus 1, and it'll be able to pop a card when you play it, because you'll be Digivolving on top of hopefully an Eosmon. And then the last Mega I'm playing as just a little spicy tech is Ancient Troymon. So that's the other reason I play the Garbagemon, is because you can go into Ancient Troymon on top of the Garbagemon. And again, this was just me trying to compensate for the fact that Eosmon has no type of defensive capabilities. I thought, if I play the Ancient Troymon and keep it out, then it'll slow my opponent down from just steamrolling me. But again, if I could find some better defensive capabilities, then this would probably come out, as well as the other blockers and stuff like that. On to the Tamers, because you need them for Eosmon. Playing 4 copies of Manoa Bellucci, 1 copy of Takumi Aiba, and 1 copy of Izzy and Joe. Now, this was actually supposed to be a Matt and Ty, but I don't have Matt and Ty. And I really like the Izzy and Joe as a substitute. I was playing it, and a lot of times like I said, people will try to rush you. When they do try to rush you, they end up putting more than 2 Digimon out, so you end up getting that 2 memory. The other effect almost never comes in handy. And then the Manoa is just the tamer for this deck. So Manoa, 1 is a memory tamer, and then 2, on your turn, when your Eosmon is played, when an Eosmon is played, so it's your level 4, 5, or if you straight up hard play the level 6, you can suspend this tamer and reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and either add a tamer or a Digimon with Eosmon and its name among them to your hand. And the other cards go to the bottom of the deck. Now, this can add any tamer, which is the best part because you can get Izzy and Joe or Takuma. It doesn't have to be a white tamer. And then on your opponent's turn, while you have Eosmon to play, their tamers don't unsuspend. That effect has almost never come up because since I've been playing Eosmon, I haven't played against any decks that have tamers that suspend. It's really annoying. Like, I haven't played against Shine Greymon. I haven't played against anything like Marcus or something like that where they have to suspend their tamer. So her second effect has like never come up so far. But the first effect always comes up. It's really great. It's really great having multiple of these out and playing Eosmon because you can just cycle through your cards, similar to how I like the Camerager deck, where you can trigger the effects back to back to back and cycle through. It really just makes it so that you always have what you need in your hand. Takumi is a hit or miss. I like Takumi because it limits the amount of rookie rush your opponent can do. However, when digivolving, Takumi has kind of made me almost deck out a couple times because I've drawn a lot of cards off its effect. So you just gotta be careful with it. But it's basically a free to play off of the level 4 Eosmon's effect. And then you also have the Izzy and Joe. Now, Izzy and Joe can't be played off of the level 4 effect, I believe, because it has to be a white tamer. But, you know, Izzy and Joe is a great card to have either way. Now for the final cards, which are of course my options, and it's also one of the reasons I was playing the black eggs at first. I'm playing 3 copies of Cutting Edge, 3 copies of Ultimate Flare, and 3 copies of Iron Fist of Onslaught. I play a very heavy option lineup in my Eosmon deck. And the reason for that is, again, Eosmon has no defensive capabilities, so I'm playing the options. I hopefully circumvent the fact that my opponent can just run through my security, because 9 times out of 10, my security is going to be that level 5 Eosmon. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. If you have 14, 15 level 5 Eosmons in your deck, 9 times out of 10, your security stack is going to be mostly those cards. So by playing a high option count, I hopefully will see these in my security stack. And if I don't, that's why I play the egg. I can just play the Ultimate Flare if I need it. I can play the Iron Fist if I need it. And then the Cutting Edge is another way to just spam out Eosmons. Now, one thing you do have to be careful of is Manoa's effect is only during your turn. I did misplay that effect during the tournament, and I didn't let my opponent know, I misplayed, did that wrong. What happened was he checked Cutting Edge in my security. I played a Eosmon off of it, and then I did Manoa's effect. But Manoa's effect is only during your turn. So it's just little stuff like that you gotta keep track of and be careful with the deck. Other than that, I like the deck. It's a fun deck. Definitely a rogue deck. Definitely does not even compare to Agumon or Bond of Bravery or Bond of Friendship. Literally, in those decks, as soon as you could make a bunch of Eosmons, and then they'll play the Bond of Friendship and just completely wipe your board, put everything at the bottom. So it's not even worth the time of doing it. But I hope you like the deck. I hope you want to give it a try. I know there's lots of other variants for Eosmon. I know there is a white yellow. There's like white green was one of the ones everybody was playing. I might even try to look into white red just because I like doing different things. But that's going to be the this deck profile. Stay tuned for more deck profiles. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got some Greymon themed battles and builds. I got to bring you guys my current Jesmon deck profile, because I know previously we did have Carlos send us his through Discord, but I'm going to show you how I'm running mine, which is slightly different from his. And as it stands, I am currently undefeated with my version of Jesmon deck. So that'll be pretty fun. So Carlos, Nick, and myself all play Jesmon, and currently, as we like to say, I'm currently the Jesmon master of the group because I've beaten both of their builds in mirror matches. So that'll be pretty fun to play the Jesmon. And then of course we have the update for the yellow Real Knight decks. Once I get these Dynasmons from a friend of mine. So please stay tuned. Please like, share, comment. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a better New Year, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there. And we will see you in the next video.
That's what he did. Ups, downs, downs, up, that's all I know. I'm looking down from where I was at on the floor. They hating on you, what you expect, now I know. It made me stronger, it made me stronger.